Want to stop micromanaging and start leading a team that takes full ownership of results? Here's another question for you. What about, do you want to discover the secrets of how to inspire accountability in your team with powerful leadership strategies that work? Mark. And in this episode, Hit the Mark, today, I'm going to try to unpack how great leaders build trust, foster responsibility, develop ownership-driven teams that perform at the highest level. I'm doing some research. Hey, whether you're a manager, a CEO, a coach, or a team leader, these practical leadership tips will evaluate your influence and your impact. And you'll learn how to communicate expectations clearly. You can hold people accountable with empathy and create a culture of follow-through results. This video is packed with value for anyone who wants to lead with excellence. And my favorite word in the whole wide world, integrity. Here we go. Set the stage. Every successful team starts with one thing, and that is accountability. But here's the twist. True accountability doesn't come from fear, pressure, or micromanagement. It just doesn't. It's inspired by trust, clarity, and purpose. You see, great leaders don't demand responsibility. They spark it. Clarify the vision. You see, accountability begins with vision. When your team, when they understand where you're going and why it matters, they begin to own the mission themselves. Compelling vision invites, people into something bigger than themselves, and that's where the personal responsibility ignites. Learn how to lead with clarity, not control. People don't follow unclear leaders. They just don't. The first step to inspiring accountability is, crystal clear communication. You got to spell out what, and you spell out the why and the by when, and then watch how much more confident and proactive your team becomes. You got to build a culture of trust, friends. Trust is the foundation of inspired accountability. When team members know they're trusted, they take initiative. If you model integrity and you follow through on promises, your team will mirror your example. Remember to empower, don't enable. Accountability, it really isn't about hovering over every decision. It's about empowering your team to think and decide and to act. Teach them how to solve problems, then give them the room to grow. You do two things in life: you grow or die. Pick one. But what if they mess up, Mark? Glad you asked. We'll talk about that in a minute. Don't forget to make feedback the norm. Feedback, it just isn't about fixing mistakes. It's really for celebrating wins and reinforcing values. And I think it's also, sometimes you got to adjust the course of where you're going. You create a rhythm of regular, honest feedback, and your team will start to hold themselves to higher standards. Don't forget to use questions to cultivate ownership. Replace commands with questions. That's what I like to do. Well, what do you think is the best next step? Or maybe, how do you want to handle this? Questions invite thinking, and thinking leads to ownership, and ownership fuels accountability. Don't forget that one. You celebrate and you follow through. You want more accountability, you got to reward it when you see it. Celebrate when team members hit deadlines, when they step up to the plate without being asked and they take initiative. And what you celebrate, it gets repeated. Don't forget to deal with the misses with grace and grit. We all miss things. Accountability isn't about being harsh when things go wrong. It's about, holding the line with compassion and address the miss directly, but explore what went wrong and reset some expectations. So I'm going to do another video about how to turn failures into leadership moments. I hope you come back. We're just getting starting with these topics, and flip on that notification bell and you'll hear when we release a new video. So, hey gang, you got to model the standard of what you expect. Your actions are louder than words. If you want accountability in your team, you got to start with your own. Own your mistakes, keep your word, show up consistently. You, yes, you are the standard. Don't forget to keep the mission, right focus, front and center. People tend to stay accountable to what they believe matters. Keep the mission visible, share stories, revisit the why, remind the team how they work and how their work moves the mission forward. Purpose sustains commitment. Accountability is a culture, not a system. program accountability. You just create it through values, behaviors, and your leadership presence. When your team wants to deliver because they're inspired, that's when the real change begins to happen. Remember I said, next video, we're going to cover how to build this culture step by step. All right, let's wrap things up here. Emotional and encouraging. I mean, that is so important to me. Leadership isn't about perfection, it's about presence. The fact that you're here today, right now, investing in how to inspire accountability shows everybody that you care deeply about your team, your mission, and you want to become the kind of leader that others can count on. And my friends, that is powerful. Never underestimate the ripple effect of your commitment. Even on those days it feels like nothing's changing and your consistency is maybe not going somewhere, just your consistency is building something strong beneath the surface. Remember, you don't have to have all the answers. You just need to keep showing up with courage, humility, and, like I said, the willingness to grow. Accountability isn't a weight you carry alone. It's a value you pass on through your example and through your conversation and your belief in your people. You're planting seeds of ownership that over time, they'll grow into loyalty, excellence, and trust. You are making a difference more than you know. So, my friends, as I finish, let's keep leading, keep believing, keep speaking life into your team, speak life into your family, speak life into your friends. And when you fall short, and you're gonna, everybody does, use it as an opportunity to rise higher and lead better. Because when leaders lead with integrity, there's my favorite word again, compassion, accountability just becomes more than a system. It becomes part of the culture. And that really does transform, really does. Hey guys, if this video added value to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow leader, maybe who's ready to hit the mark today. We're just getting started. Turn on that notification bell for part 2, where we'll dive into building a culture of follow through. Bless and be blessed, my friends. Go hit the mark today.